Today we're going to be talking about highlights and lines. And we're going to be using this guy again for our demonstration. So stick around, it's going to be fun. I see that a lot, don't I? Stick around, it's going to be fun. Uh, I mean it, stick around. It's going to be fun. Short video on kind of the last part, in my opinion, one of the funnest parts, and that's just adding the little white kind of highlights, just syncing up the values a little bit more, but just adding these little gleams of light. They really just kind of pop everything and make it look good. You can tell I've already started doing this in some of these little areas. Those specular highlights, if you will, but not really, because it's not like it's wet, but it kind of gives it a feeling of being a little damp, a little alive, if you will. Super fun to do. And then a lot of it is just singing up the values a little bit more, adding just slightly more highlights where needed. Not highlights, but a little more light, more value range. Just where you need it. This kind of has just a shadow. Like I said, it's kind of in shadow, so I'm going to leave that. Just kind of round. Everything out really nice. Even that giving them the lower eyelid just really help that area out a lot. Made the eye feel much more real, much more tangible. By doing this, you just kind of round out the objects. The thing, when I'm drawing, I'm always just thinking of shape, trying to make things look round or flat if you want them to look flat. But, for me, most of it, because of what I draw, everything's got to have volume, weight. see, I've already given this some decent highlights across here. I probably will pull that out just a little bit more here. A little bit more around, just get some texture in there. More around. So you notice I'll just pop around at this stage, adding texture, highlights, anything that I think I could add that would give it a little bit more life. I'm going to try to do. Sometimes just like this, it's like, it's nice, but I'm going to just dab it and just knock it back just a tad. Even this one, you gotta be really careful not to overdo it. There you go. You know, these, like this lost line is really nice. You know, these little shadows and highlights going in there. And a little bit on the staff, not much. This really is a game of push and pull at this point. Little lines, little this, little that. But you can see just from that how much he's starting to kind of come alive here. Just because I can. Fade that a little bit. don't know if I'm liking that. First I thought it would be a cool idea, but not really digging it. I'm just going to drop it back a little bit. Some of these, since they're kind of supposed to be like they're engraved a little bit, if I pop the edge of that just a teeny bit, I can increase that illusion of depth. Really lightly. There we go. Cool. Clean up these. Clean this up just a little bit. Clean up these teeth. Lines. That's the thing with charcoals, it can get it's real fuzzy, if you will. So as you're working, you do have to go in and just kind of clean up some of those lines. Because you like to say nothing has lines, and it really doesn't, but visually, when you're looking at something, you can see a distinct difference between the value, let's say on the left, and the value on the right, something that's black versus something that's, let's say, 10% gray. You know, and if the thing has a clear stroke, almost like a vector stroke, it's really defined, it looks like a line, you know. Now you're trying not to do lines that are lines, just the edge will look like a line, like right here, it's like a line, but you got to make sure you're trying not to give lines, if you will, you know, but coming around these like that. I have enough shadow that's pulling. When the object gets smaller and smaller, they look more and more like lines, possibly, than not. But I will say, don't do lines, but just understand that they can visually look like they're there. Am I making any sense at all? Probably not, but that's okay. I'll let the work speak for itself. This is where you see that looks like a line, so I'm kind of shading it out a little bit, to make it so it's not so much a line. So that's where lines are no good. This line right here is going to bug the heck out of me. So I'm going to have to get rid of this thing. Sometimes you can go, I want it to be a highlight, and you can rim lighting, and you can trick yourself into thinking that it's okay. But in the end, how does it look? Does it look okay? Or it just doesn't look right? That did not look right. No matter what I did to it, I wasn't going to make it look right. So eventually you just revert back to what you know, and you know that doesn't look right. So change it. I like that much better. Much better. Yeah, there you go. Let's see. I'm thinking about lines too. Here's an example. There's the definitive line. That's a line. This value, the line has a darker value. This has a lighter value. That's a line. This is a line here too. Sometimes I leave them. It's a stylistic choice. It really is. I try not to. Like on something like this, I'll try maybe to do exactly what I'm doing here. Is I'm gonna try to work it out in the shadow, or blend it in some fashion or manner to try to get it so it's not so much like a line. Like this is definitely, it looks like a line here. And it is a stylistic choice. Sometimes I leave them and I don't care. I try not to. But you see that all of a sudden that line disappeared. So did this line here. Those are definite lines. And I got rid of them. Sometimes the shadow's so small it looks like a line. But that was what I was talking about when I said looks like a line. That was a definite line. And you can see it some of my trees I got to go in and get rid of, where you'll see a line in the tree, and I'll need to get rid of that. by blending and using my pencil to kind of get in there and just I start from the line and work my way out. Start from the line, work your way out. Work your way out. Awesome. Poof, line's gone. Sometimes you need a little blending.